Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I hope that you all are fine, happy and fresh. This is your science teacher Muhammad Mashood Khan and we are discussing chapter number 8, that is food and digestion. But before I start today's lecture, I will recall what we have discussed in the previous lecture. We have discussed about stomach, that stomach is a vascular sac in which food is digested. When food reaches the stomach, different gastric juices are added there and which helps in the digestion of the food. Once the food is completely crushed and it is in the creamy form, it is pushed into small intestine. Then we discussed about small intestine, that how small intestine works. We said that it almost 20 feet hollow tube, and its one end is attached with the stomach and the other one is attached with the large intestine, and it's break down food from the stomach and absorbs much of the nutrients from the food. Then further, small intestine is divided into three parts. These three parts are the duodenum, that is the first part and that is the shortest section, then which is connected to the stomach. The second part is the jejunum, that is the middle section, and the third section is the ileum, and that is the part which is attached with the large intestine. So these are the three parts of small intestine, as you can see in the figure also. Now today we are going to discuss about the structure of large intestine. So large intestine is found in your abdomen, which is the soft area in the front of your body that you might think of as your belly. The large intestine, which is the final section of the digestive tract, runs from your small intestine to your anus and is about 5 feet long, which is longer than most elementary school students are tall. It is divided into three parts: cecum, the colon, and the rectum. Now this is some basic information about the structure of the large intestine. And large intestine, they are telling that it is in the abdomen and it is the very soft part of the body. And one might think that one might think that the front part of your body, that is people think that it's belly, but it is your large intestine, and it runs from the small intestine till your anus, and its length is almost 5 feet, which is almost longer than the height of the average student in that age group, which is the elementary student, we can say. So then further it is divided into three parts, that is the cecum, the colon, and the rectum. So a large intestine also, this is about the structure. And now we are going to discuss about the function of the large intestine, that what is the function of the large intestine. So it says once most of the nutrients have been removed, the remaining food, which is mostly waste, moves into your large intestine to be prepared for disposal. So your large intestine is a part of your digestive tract that makes poop. So that means that once all nutrients are absorbed from the food and it is completely digested, then small intestine pushes the food into large intestine, and at that time the food is almost in the form of like waste, like it is going to be excreted from the body. Further it says the journey of your large intestine is a long one. Many hours pass before food reaches your large intestine, and food can stay there for more than a day. So this is some extra information that obviously it takes a lot of time for food to take the large intestine, because for initially it is chewed, then it passes from esophagus, then it enters the stomach, then it stays there, then in the small intestine it stays there. So it takes a lot of time to reach the large intestine, and it can stay and even the food will stay in the large intestine, even it can stay for there for a day, which means that it can stay there for 24 hours. So that means that the remains of the cereal, cheeseburger, or the broccoli you ate yesterday could be moving through your large intestine right now. So they're just giving the example that it might happen that uh, anything that you have eaten yesterday, so maybe it is still in your large intestine, so showing or giving the sense that the food takes a lot of time in the large intestine also. Further, it says the food scraps that enter the large intestine have some value. So the second job of your large intestine is to remove excess water and few other nutrients that your body might be able to use. So furtherly, they are telling the function of the large intestine that it removes or it absorbs the maximum amount of water from your uh, food which is present inside it, and if some nutrients are still left, so it is being absorbed in the large intestine, and the completely waste like the food which is now completely waste is then pushed further for the excretion. So removing excess water helps to dry out the feces, so it doesn't pass through you too quickly, which is what happens when you have diarrhea. So when you have diarrhea, so that is the part, like it is that kind of a feces which contain a lot of water, so which means that your large intestine has not absorbed a lot of water. So it also shows that it indicates that whenever some person has a diarrhea, it is showing that the water absorption by the large intestine has been stopped. That is why the person is suffering from diarrhea. So concluding, if we conclude this about the large intestine, so large intestine is basically the softer part of the body, which whose length is almost 5 feet, and once the food is completely digested by stomach and then by small intestine, then it is pushed to the large intestine where the most of the water and the remaining nutrients are absorbed, and then after the large intestine it is excreted from the body. So this is all about the large intestine. Now moving further is about, now we are going to discuss about the appendix. So most people don't spend much time thinking about their appendix until they have a problem with it. So the appendix is small organ located off the large intestine, right around the area where the small and large intestine meet. And in the first part of about we are discussing about the appendix. So appendix, usually people don't think about appendix, like usually the things which are in discussion are the kidneys or the heart or the lungs or the liver. So it is also the part of the body, but usually it is not under discussion. It comes only under discussion when you have a pain in the appendix. So further it says, as you can see from the image, the appendix is a little tube shaped pouch like a little finger, about 4 inches long. In most people it is located on the right side of their abdomen. So further they have told about the appendix that it is almost like a little tube which is having almost 4 inch of length, and it is on the right side of the body. So this is the initial information about the appendix. Now what does the appendix do? This is the important question. So scientists disagree on what the appendix actually does. Some think it's a leftover organ from the earlier humans, but that it no longer serves any purpose. So like a group of scientists think that it is of no use and it has no purpose in the body. And other scientists think it is responsible for returning good bacteria to the gut after an infection. If the appendix really does serve as a source of good bacteria, then it is an important part of the human immune system. But the other group of the scientists also thinks that it is not the useless part of the body. It do provide the useful bacteria, and which obviously boosts the immune system of a person. So if that is the case, that it is providing a good bacteria to the human body and it is improving the immune system, so then it is obviously a very useful part of the body. Otherwise whenever there is a pain or the condition goes severe, so that part of the body is cut it out by the surgery. So that is all about the appendix, and I hope that you have understood all. And if there will be any question